Can you screen share?
Oh, shit. Good morning, Shanda Chandelier. How are you doing?
Good morning, divers. Good morning, Oz.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Barbara. Barbara was first one in this morning. She brought coffee. Thank you, Barbara. We're going to have to get you some Joey's coffee out there, Barbara. I'm sure you would like it. There are several different varieties, and she has just got a new shipment of... God, what was it? I could stand a spoon up in it for those of you who want to stay up.
Kona.
Kona. Oh, Kona's the best. It's like $5,000 a drop, but it's still good. Let me get you squared in a little bit better here, Shanda. What'd you do this weekend?
I cleaned my house, did the whole spring cleaning, rearrange thing, you know.
Oh God, that ball and chain duty, that'll just get everybody. It's like
It needed done.
yeah, it's kind of like peaceful because you know you're screwed, so just go ahead and do it well. I can see that. That's
You sleep better in a cleaned house, you know. I woke up this morning like, my house is clean or rearranged.
oh yeah, God, that's just what a way to start off the week with a bright and shiny house. I'm putting you all over the place. Here, let me bash you against the ceiling here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, there we go. I think we got you now. Anyway.
Making me dizzy this morning.
Oh my God, I'm making myself dizzy. Anyway,
we're high divers. Jilly, that's awesome.
Jilly, high diver. Hey, high divers. I think is that high divers? Yeah. Kendra Campion. Hi everyone, Kendra. I haven't seen Kendra. Are you new? Are you new in the group? Well, I don't want to do this to new people, but I'm going to try and. I don't know. How do I parse this? Remember those little riding ponies and elephants and giraffes and things they used to have at the mall or in front of. Well, back in the day, it was Kmart, not Walmart, but they're like a nickel and a dime and a quarter. You remember those? What do they call those?
Quarter ponies.
Quarter ponies. Okay, I think we've been through that twice. We practiced this in the green room, everybody, just to disclose you, because I don't know what the hell they call them, but you put a dime in them and you get to buck this thing. But anyway, long story short, I'm thinking about investing in this one. I want to bounce it off the group to see if they think it's a wise investment in this day and age. Let's see what we got here. And this is from Just for Laughs. I like these guys. They're a lot of fun. We're going to start using some of their stuff, I think. Yeah, pony ride. That's it. Yeah, fun. She's all excited. Look at her, Shanda. Uh-oh, it's not working. That happened to me more often than not.
Well, I was just poor, so we just got to sit on it.
Oh, there we go. Oh, shit. What the hell? Good morning, everybody. Oh my God, heaven. I want to invest. I'll take 100 of them. Put them in front of every Walmart.
Oh my God.
Oh, these poor people. Oh my God.
Oz, you have a warped sense of humor.
I can't help it. At least they let everybody know, that the joke's on them. I mean, this is the punking session, but I'm sorry. I hope nobody spit up their coffee. Shit.
You're starting out this week real shitty.
I'm real shitty. It's just a shitty way to start the week out. I apologize. I do apologize. That was really in bad taste. Anyway. Oh God.
See what I have to work with?
Yeah. See. Yeah. Shit. Rhonda, help. Yeah. Let's kick Oz out of here. And anyway, we gotta go. And
help me, Rhonda.
Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Anyway, sorry guys. It's kind of like candid camera, Jilly. It's like I think it's Biden camera. Anyway, so I guess we gotta get serious this morning. By the way, everybody, there won't be a dive tomorrow. You're probably relieved, but Oz is Shanda. No.
I haven't had a day off in weeks.
Yeah, I know. We haven't had a day off in weeks, so I know we have too much fun with ourselves. Crystal and Sauger started out this morning talking about Joe Biden's mental decline. Now, what was this? Is the one where Simone Sanders comes out on Fox News? Is that right? giving the.
Not her.
I don't know. Let's watch the damn clip. Shut up and pay clip Oz, then we'll elaborate.
Evaporating. Biden's campaign spokesperson Simone Sanders was on with Chris Wallace yesterday. He challenged her very aggressively on the campaign's strategy, and especially on the fact that Biden hasn't really taken many questions from the press lately.
Simone.
Let's listen to that.
Perhaps more important, he has not held a news conference, either in person or online, for 80 days, almost 3 months. Why not?
Well, Chris, to be clear, Vice President Biden does interviews, takes questions from the press regularly. And yes, in March, we have adjusted to this new normal like most people in America. We have been campaigning virtually, but just because we are campaigning virtually does not mean we are not meeting actual voters across the country. Vice President Biden has campaigned in Michigan and Florida. Dr. Biden has campaigned in Colorado and Texas. So the reality is what we have been doing is following CDC guidelines, Chris. What we have been
But why hasn't he held a news conference for 80? But why hasn't he held a news conference for 80 days?
Chris, as many of y'all in the national press and in the Beltway press are well aware, we take pride in prioritizing local media. And so the vice president is doing local media interviews. He's doing national media interviews, and he is taking questions from reporters.
The real answer.
To say that.
Well, the real answer is they're not taking questions because they don't have to. Because they're up like 12. Because they're up like 12 points. And why would you screw that up? The strategy is working perfectly well. This landscape could not have possibly benefited Joe Biden more. We know the Trump campaign is out there pushing for let's have more debates, let's have 4 debates. I'm sure the Biden campaign's like let's have like one debate
1.5
via Zoom with a teleprompter, right? So she's smiling, she's happy. They don't need to take questions because this is working out perfectly fine for them.
Yeah, it's working out perfectly fine. What do you take away from all this? I got to say, well, anyway, how long did it take Noah to build the ark? Was it 40 days and 40 nights? And that's
No.
I think that's what Biden's doing with his campaign. 80 days, he hasn't given a press conference. My God.
Well, I love how she tries to spin it that he supports local media and he's only been doing local stuff.
Yeah, local, man, local. We got to get that satellite van into the cellar and.
Hey, Trump's effing up so bad, Biden don't have to do anything. He can just hide in his basement and ride this out and keep his mouth shut.
Well, I'm probably going to lose a couple of bets this fall, but I'm sticking to it. As a matter of fact, I double down. I still think Trump's going to pull something out of his ass at the last minute and edge everybody out. And I think that's a good segue into the next story. If I can find it here. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the story about how Biden, don't be so sure about what Biden's got going on. Establishment. Oh yeah, let's just do this. Let's do the shame Bernie thing. Let's.
Oh yeah.
Sorry guys, I've got too much on the slate, and it's just me and Shanda. I'm starting out shitty this week. So
pointed out is that Philippe is mad because Sanders has not headlined a virtual fundraiser for Biden the same way that Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris has. Now, I would remember that Sanders has probably long been a opponent of big money fundraisers, while Elizabeth Warren has, flip-flopped on that one a couple of times around.
I think,
and lo and behold,
you guys are going to love this new reporting from the Hill.
Yeah, let's
Amy
start
Carnes,
over.
Jonathan Easley, 2 great reporters. So apparently, even though Joe Biden is up by like 12 points on Donald Trump right now, they're all worried that progressives and Bernie Sanders in particular are going to screw everything up by daring to compete in primaries such as the ones we've covered here, Colorado, New York, also in Kentucky, Charles Booker. So the argument that they're making, these Democratic strategists and Philippe Brains and these other people are quoted here, is basically like, oh, they're too focused on these down ballot races and Bernie really needs to get in line and like raise money for Joe Biden because if he's not really on the team.
This is my favorite one. So while they concede Sanders has done more to help Biden than he did with Hillary Clinton, which is not true given the fact that he did all those rallies for Hillary Clinton.
Of course.
But they still say Sanders needs to use his influence and supporters to ensure that they turn out and donate to Biden's campaign. But what that really means, as you pointed out, is that Philippe is mad because Sanders has not headlined a virtual fundraiser for Biden the same way that Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris has. Now, I would remember that Sanders has probably long been a opponent of big money fundraisers, while Elizabeth Warren has, flip-flopped on that one a couple of times around.
Oh, they're killing me with this stuff. I
was going back to sleep.
Yeah, it was like, okay, yeah, big money fundraiser. I basically used to get texts like every day for Bernie Sanders stuff, and I've been knocking them off one by one. They keep, ever since he bent the knee, it's like, are you kidding me? I'm going to give you money for whatever, and then the down ballot endorsements. I mean, last week, Bernie Sanders endorsed, 2 or 3 neo-lib centrist candidates? Are you kidding me? They're the antithesis of what his campaign started out. So Bernie's burned his cred with so many progressives. And again, I like Bernie. I think he's brought the issues to the platform. But Bernie, just do whatever you got to do. You've bent the knee, so suck ass, whatever you have to do. I'm so sorry. I love you for what you brought to the table. What's your feeling on this, Shanda?
Well, I said I spring cleaned yesterday. I actually, for the first time in 4 years, gathered up all my Bernie signs, 2016, 2020, my Bernie cutouts, and I retired them to the shed. I love Bernie. I love that he inspired so many of us. But even yesterday, Bernie put out a short video mocking Trump for his rallies, basically. And his message was, get behind progressives. And I had to laugh. And I'm like, why don't you get behind some progressives? So yeah, I love Bernie. But it doesn't matter if Bernie goes out there and does a fundraiser for Biden. It's not going to change how I feel. I'm not voting for Biden. I'm not voting for Trump. I gave up voting for evil many years ago, so they can do whatever the hell they want. It's not going to change what I think.
So what are you going to do? Blank the ballot, or you've got something?
I don't know what I'm going to do in November. I might blank the ballot. I might vote for a Green Party candidate. I might vote for a Working Party candidate, or but I'll definitely vote for the down ballot progressive.
Well, they're going to blame if by some
they already blame us anyway.
They're gonna blame us anyway. It's a win-win for as far as the blame game goes. So I just I don't know what we're gonna do. And speaking of all that, the Bernie stuff, my shirts and stuff, I didn't buy that many, but I had a few Bernie shirts and some buttons and things like that. But I'm gonna.
That reminds me.
Maybe I should put them in a time capsule. Or is that pointless anymore? Anyway. So anyway, Bernie was out dissing Trump for his Tulsa rally. Let's see.
He was like, well, I know what a big rally looks like. I know what overflow is like.
To over 1 million people wanting to go.
Donald Trump had a bad night in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Over 1 million people requested tickets.
Over 1 million people.
1 million ticket requests.
Nearly 1 million tickets.
His campaign was expecting tens of thousands of people, maybe 100,000 people, to show up.
What are you going to do with all these people that literally could be hundreds of thousands of people?
They are anticipating a major outdoor rally where Trump would speak to zillions of people.
Well, there is an overflow crowd.
They then come inside to a full house of 19,000 people.
We have a 22,000 seat arena, but I think we're going to also take the convention hall next door.
Well, it didn't quite happen that way.
The city's fire marshal estimated attendance at 6,200. The arena holds 19,000.
They didn't hold an outdoor rally because there was nobody outside. And when they...
Thanks, Bernie. Thanks for your reporting. Has Bernie become a reporter now, or...
I don't know. I think he just wanted to take his swings at him because Bernie has actually packed those arenas. He's actually done the overflow speeches. I think we had a clip from Anderson Cooper talking about
where the
rally.
hell is Anderson Cooper's clip? Oh, there it is. There's Anderson. We like Anderson Cooper, don't we? I mean, he's yeah. I like his money. I don't know if I like his reporting, but let's see what we got here. Anderson, what do you got to say?
Anderson Cooper reporting live at what appears to be a very small white nationalist meeting for Donald Trump, and it's very violent to say the least. Oh, somebody just hit the Confederate flag. Oh my God!
Shame on you.
Nobody is here. There's nobody here right now. This is embarrassing. I mean, and the people that are here are very hateful and disrespectful. Another fight. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. No one is here. The seats are completely empty. There is no one here. This is such a racist group of people. I haven't seen anyone from the African American community here at all. I think they've all boycotted this. I haven't seen one African American person here. They do not wish to support Donald Trump, and that's apparent because I have not seen any African American people there supporting Trump. This is horrible. The place is empty. This is absolutely embarrassing. Donald Trump, give up. It's over. Joe Biden is going to win. Let's go to Joe Biden.
Wow, this place is packed. So many people here, and Joe is just, he's so exciting. And I mean, this place is going nuts. Wow, I can't even explain the
that was a right-wing videography.
It was, but the best part of being above the two-party paradigm is you can make fun of both sides.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, that was great, and I believe that footage was from 2016, right? But
I think it was a Hillary rally, actually.
With no Trump MAGA. But all being said, he got 6,200 by all accounts for his rally in Tulsa with pandemic and everything else. My challenge is, hey, Joe Biden, why don't you throw a rally in the same place, and how many people are you going to get to yours? Not
exactly. And that's the point of this little spoof.
Yeah,
Biden sucks just as bad.
Yeah, it's just, God, Joe Biden, man, he gets me so excited. I just want to take a nap. So,
him too.
Yeah, it truly is. So that was really good. Thank you for that, Chanda. I think you nailed it there in one way or another. So. Anyway, what do we got going on? We got some weather coming up here, and this is from Ryan Knight, who is going to be on Savage Joy, the Unruly Hour tonight. Yay. And Ryan Knight wanted to point out it's 100 fucking degrees in the Arctic, so I'd like to remind everybody what Speaker Pelosi said about the Green New Deal. This is quoting Speaker Pelosi. The Green New Dream, or whatever they call it, nobody knows what it is. We must replace Pelosi with Shahid Buttar. Yes, we do need, because while they're, eating their ice creams and kneeling in their kente cloths, the planet's fucking burning up. And, Ryan Knight and so many others just capped on this all weekend. It was like, really, you guys? Come the hell on. How do you feel? How are you preparing for the apocalypse there, Shanda?
Well, I've been preparing for the apocalypse for the last 12 years because I woke up a long, long time ago because of fossil fuels and, the paradigm shift that's coming, whether we want it to or not. But, I am part of the facet of the progressives that wants to take a new look at the Green New Deal and exactly what we're trying to implement with it. Michael Moore's movie woke a lot of people up to the fact that our Green New Deal is just fueling these big fossil fuel companies still one way or another. And so it's just a conversation the progressives, I think, absolutely need to have, especially when AOC came out last week saying the door is open in the Green New Deal for nuclear. Like, what? No, I don't want to support something that is allowing nuclear to come in and take over.
Yeah, so nuclear.
Nuclear. I know. I hate that word.
I don't know what the hell. I still don't know how to say it. Is it nuclear or nuclear or whatever?
I sat down with professionals across the country and I still can't figure it out.
I don't know what the hell it is. But when I hear nuclear, I think about nuclear winter. And I know you offered us this weather report from today. I think that I really appreciate your taste in weather. So I don't know what channel this is. It's not MSNBS, but it's something else. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Shanda's giving us a offering from her weather report.
You photobombing me?
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
All right, 42 degrees outside right now in Chesapeake. 40. Guys, don't make me laugh too hard. I might precipitate.
Oh, shit.
All right, 46 in Newport News, 46 in Norfolk.
Thunderstorms. There's thunderstorms. You guys ready? Stay home. Don't go out. It's raining.
And
just
pandemic.
me and you.
I want to go to my safe place.
Yeah, Shanda, is that your safe place? Is that the kind of shit you watch on TV, young lady? What the hell's wrong with you?
I own it. It's mine.
No, in all fairness, I threw that in. I wanted to take a dig at Shanda because she's been doing such good reporting lately.
The man bod. I got to have the man bod.
The man bod. That guy scares me. Put your arms down, buddy. What the hell? Did he shave his pits? I don't know. Oh, God. I think I got a terrible visual on that. Anyway, let's move on. We're moving right through the show quickly today. I have this issue with PG&E. Shanda, you brought this article to us today. You wanna give us some insights on your feeling on this?
Well, let's see. They ruled that they can't do much to PG&E because corporations aren't people.
Corporations aren't people. So who do they prosecute, or do they just pay a fine and get away with it?
Well, and will they even pay the fine? I mean, we know they got fined $3.5 million, 3.5, which is not even a dime in the bucket for what it's going to take to recover Paradise in California. But to come back and say, well, there's nobody to go after because corporations aren't people. Well, make up your damn minds.
Is that what they said? Corporations aren't people?
Yep.
So, but I thought corporations were people. I don't know. And how many people died because of negligence here? And it was negligence.
I say 84.
84.
I think 84 officially, but I've never believed that number ever.
Well,
from the videos we saw come out of Paradise.
Not to mention, the pets and the livestock and the trees, bees, and the outdoor rabbits and deer and everything else. So this is murder, getting away with Did you say $300 million fine?
No, 3.5.
3.5 million.
Yeah.
So that's pocket change from the jar.
Well, and they'll just make their customers cover it.
Yeah, so they'll turn
PG&E
around.
customers will have to pay more.
Yeah, it says, ordered to pay $4 million for a fire that killed 84, sentencing the following surviving victims. I just don't even know how to go with this. I mean, this is a travesty of justice. It's kind of the too big to fail scenario. Isn't that what you'd kind of look at it? I mean, they're too big to prosecute. What the hell? And that fire was determined to be caused by what, a relay station out where they didn't get in and clear the brush away, or what?
I don't know what they actually blamed it on. Honestly, I would be speculating.
So they pleaded guilty. They pleaded guilty. We saw that the other day. So their number crunchers said, yeah, just take a plea and plead guilty and you'll pay a fine and then move on and wait till next time when you burn something else up or electrocute somebody or do something like that. Okay.
Right. They knew they were responsible when they filed bankruptcy 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever it was. But for those of us who really paid attention to what happened in Paradise, it was very clear that PG&E was working before the fire. They had planned on shutting the power off, but they didn't shut the power off. And then it's like high winds came in, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories about smart meters and whatnot. I won't speak to that, but definitely they were liable.
Well, it's all about profit then. So what we're saying, the way to handle this is to just take over these big power companies and get rid of them and make them public utility districts, right?
I agree.
I mean, if we're going to give that kind of fine, then nothing, and no recompense for the victims, right? So they're going to get. Where's that $3 million go to? Does it go to the state to help pay for the disaster, which doesn't even cover it, right?
Yeah, right. FEMA, that was there. I think still there.
Okay, so I'm going to say bottom line for this story is everything needs to be broken up, taken over, public utility for the good of the public. Screw profiteering off of this kind of an Enron sort of a deal. We got a lesson learned from the likes of Enron and all this other shit, and these guys just got to murder people and get away with it. So I just. And this is like the Exxon Valdez. What they got fined like $2 billion, and they kept fighting it for 10 years, and they got it reduced to some ridiculous little amount. So,
wow.
I mean, this is our world, and welcome to it. While we're on this topic of horrific things, we've got this is one that's close to my heart. That the nursing home situation in this country is absolutely horrific. It's always been. This is our shame, because a for-profit nursing home system, they're going to what's that going to cause? That's going to cause the lapse or the using the cheapest way to make the most profit. That profit method, how you make a profit. You starve the thing that you're trying to sell to the point of where it's efficiently run for a profit, not for the good of the people, right?
Yeah, I've worked in many, many nursing homes, so I've witnessed firsthand how they're profit machines. A lot of the nursing homes, I live in a retirement community, so that's one of really the only industries we have in my area. And they're owned by big corporations, so they'll own 25 nursing homes in a half a state. And people who are on Medicaid, there's a cap, or Medicare, of what the state will actually pay for and the government will actually pay for while you're in these nursing homes. So say if you need, like adult diapers or something like that, there's a cap. So, the people that were in the Medicare wings didn't get the type of care that were in the private wings. And definitely if we had a private person that was coming in, we would bump a Medicare person to put that private person in, because then you could charge the families more, charge them for doing laundry, charge them for special meals, charge them for, hair, doing their hair or doing their nails, whatever. And so, yeah, it's all for profit.
So there's a rate sheet for who gets paid. If it's private insurance, they get moved up, they get bumped up on the care. The Medicare has their level of whatever. And then Medicaid, they get basically put up to the third floor and ready to tossed out the window into the flatbed truck. It's kind of like the early 1900s with these. They had 3 floors of these so-called nursing facilities. The worst ones went to the top because they were basically rotting corpses and they were dying and there was nothing that they were doing for them, but it was easier just to, because of the smell. They were the worst. They were the worst, and it was based on smell and care and everything else. But that was a different setup. But that's kind of the methodology behind it. Now we've got a clip here from nursing homes throwing out patients to make more money from the Hill today, again. So let's see what they've got to say, and then I'll really get busy.
So we have some horrific reporting from the New York Times about how nursing homes across the country are evicting residents, and they're basically trying to get new ones in order to bilk them for profit. And the way that they do this is because people who are infected with coronavirus, they can actually yield them additional more profit. And they talk to some of the relatives and others who say, they put that quote in there, they just dumped him like trash. We're talking about 88-year-old residents and others which are being forced into like homeless shelters and other subpar conditions, all because they have a financial incentive. This is to evict Medicaid patients in favor of those who pay through private insurance or Medicare, which reimburses nursing homes at a much higher rate than Medicaid. Medicaid, of course, being the program which is more tailored for those who are lower income. So it just, the entire for-profit scheme on all of this, it's the most vulnerable amongst us, the most elderly, 80s and their 90s, people who are recovering from surgery and all this are being booted from nursing homes, again, to import people with coronavirus and others conditions so that these nursing homes can charge more money and make a higher profit. You just can't even.
Almost like putting a profit motive at the center of the healthcare system leads to unconscionable and morally outrageous results. Part of what I happen to know a little bit about this business, part of what they detail in this article, which goes beyond COVID and the immediate crisis of, it wasn't just one nursing home they're picking on here. They talk about a number of different institutions which appear to have evicted people in order to try to make room for the more profitable COVID patients and place them in boarding homes and dilapidated motels, places where they really can't get the care that they need, sometimes without notifying families. So family has no idea that their loved one has been basically put out into the street. Insane, unconscionable behavior. And as you lay out, people tend to think of nursing homes as, of course, where the elderly live towards the end of their lives and receive care. But that type of care, which is usually Medicaid funded, is less profitable than the Medicare funded piece, which tends to be more like long-term rehab. And so they've shifted their business model towards that long-term rehab. And a lot of those surgeries are classified as elective, which means that during COVID times, a lot of that hasn't been happening. So their profits have dropped dramatically because they don't have as many of those Medicare or private insurance patients, which is how they sort of fund the thing and keep the whole thing afloat.
Shandy, speak on this one, will you, before I start?
It's like I said, it is a complete racket. But not only that, it's fucking heartbreaking. I mean, I've worked in 3 Alzheimer's wards, and you know, families don't know how to deal with this, so they literally just, you know, as soon as they can get a family member accepted in, they just dump them off. And it seems like the people that have money, you know, even if they're not there advocating for their family member, automatically they get treated better. They get, you know, they get perks and they get whatever. But not only that, they hire, you know, I had no experience at all when I got hired as a CNA, and anybody can be a CNA. Literally, it's like 32-hour class or something. And basically you're wiping butts and giving meals out. But, you know, my first day on the floor, I had 32 patients, Alzheimer's patients, that I had to get up, get changed, because most of them were wearing Depends. Get them down to the dining hall, make sure they have their meds, make sure they have, you know, everything that they need. And they all have their own individual issues. I saw the most horrendous things. And it's because there's no trained staff, because profits are the bottom line. Always the bottom line for these places. It's not about care. It's about profits. I mean, we had the state in our facilities every single day, but even the state wasn't doing anything to stop this. And this is a problem that is going to compound in our country, especially as the boomers get older.
Yeah, once again, I've said this a couple of times on the show. I quit my job so I could take care of my mother and father as they were getting older. You know, they had their Medicare. They could have gone in, but you know, my knees were gone, and I was a single dad raising a daughter. So I just said, to hell with it. I'm not gonna have my mother and father in a assisted living facility or nursing home. And they both lived like, I would say 18 years with my care and my daughter. And my dad was a little functional. My mom was paralyzed she had the use of her left arm. So I got to do all that stuff too. And I was proud to do it. I was honored that I could do that. And I know those are very flourishing words, or, you know, but honest to God, put yourself in their shoes. I mean, really? You know, you're going to have strangers coming in. I think that by taking care of the position I was in, because they both had Social Security coming in, so, you know, the bills were basically taken care of, that they got their quality of life extended for at least half that time. So they might have lived for 6 or 7 years, but my mom especially, but she lived 50.
But had you put them in a nursing home, what would their life expectancy been? You know, I have my mother-in-law living with us, and I take care of all of her doctor needs. She's got a doctor's appointment, whatever. And I just know that she was very sick a year ago, and had she not been living with us to where I could handle her nutritional needs and get her whole foods and, you know, take care of her, she would have passed a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, and hell yes, I don't know what I'm going to be looking at, you know, when I'm in a position where I can't care for myself anymore, but it's going to be either a bottle of pills or a bullet if my choices are a nursing home. And that's a sad state of affairs on our state. So our national shame, among all these other things, you know, killing our sisters and brothers of color on a regular basis by our police force, I would say our other national shame is our nursing home system in this country, the for-profit nursing home system. And it boils down to national universal health care, period. Knock off your bullshit. Period. Democratic Party, you know, affordable, accessible, shove that up your ass. We need, particularly in the time of pandemic, national single payer, Medicare for all, call it what you wish, but we should have a national health care system that covers everybody, period. So fuck off and let's get down to business.
Healthcare is a human right.
If healthcare is a human right, where does profit come into it? No, there's no profit. So again, sorry for the language, but I'm not. That's just the way it is. Anyway,
it's just a capitalistic Monday.
It's a capitalistic money. I think I named today Maniac Monday, and it's kind of like Maniac or also Curious gave us a $5 super chat. Thank you, Curious49. That was very nice. We very much appreciate it. And again, it's Monday. It's hard starting. I see Amber King's in there. What the hell?
Hey, Amber, what are you doing in there?
What are you doing? You're supposed to be in here, not in there. She's probably sucking down some of that Joey's coffee. Thank you, Amber, for getting Joey's coffee grinder. It helps me, buy a couple of, kilowatt hours. So anyway, Osama, good morning. Jilly, good morning. Snork,
Yeah,
Y2K.
there's a heated 9/11 debate going on in the chat right now.
9/11. We're human.
We're not going there. It's Monday morning.
Yeah, it's Monday morning. And again, folks, we're off tomorrow. I gotta do some shit. So we'll be back Wednesday, hopefully with a bang up show or an explosive
Women's Wednesday.
Women's Wednesday. We love our Women's Wednesday. And so anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. So the nursing home is just our national shame. And if you don't think you're ever going to need one, you better think twice. And if you don't seriously need one, if you're independently wealthy, and I'll tell you, the average cost to be in a nursing home, I think, is around $7,500 to $8,500 a month. A month. So if your estate has, $1 million, you're good for a few years. If it doesn't, you're going to get into the Medicaid thing and rushed up to the third floor and tossed out the window.
It's not just nursing homes, Oz. I've done in-home care too, and it's a money-making racket too.
Oh yeah. I've got to say that the end of life thing, what is it, the 90 days, the hospice thing, we do that well, at least my experience.
Hospice as well. You'll never hear me say a bad thing about hospice. I've worked with a lot of amazing hospice people.
Yeah, and again, I'm not knocking the people who work for this shitty system, and matter of fact, they need rights too, because they're hiring them anywhere from $8 an hour to $15 an hour for wiping butts and getting people dressed and everything else. I mean,
it's not an easy job.
It's not an easy job. It's hazardous work. It's I'm honored. They are real front lines when it comes to our seniors, and they've got one of the toughest jobs. Like you say, you witnessed what happens with dementia, and I was fortunate that I didn't have that with my father. My mom was so drugged at the end that she didn't know what was happening to her, but she still had that mom in her eyes, and I just loved her till the end. And I was just so glad that I didn't have to subject her to that nursing home situation. Yeah. Again, the people who work for these for-profit assholes, I'll have so much respect for, and they really are courageous during the time of COVID. And we need to give shout out to Cuomo up in New York for doing such a stellarly shitty job. And I think the guy should be impeached and thrown out of office for the way he handled the nursing home. Yeah, the mobster. And he got on something a podcast, and he was lying about what he did as far as moving people who were known to have COVID into these nursing homes, forcing them. But the main thing he needs to be impeached for, need to be held accountable, is didn't he work to get liability off of these for-profit nursing homes? So if anybody tries to sue them for their shitty fucking care, that they can't be sued because of the likes of Cuomo and others. So Cuomo can go fuck himself, and I hope he gets impeached or thrown out. And whatever you hear on mainstream media, bullshit. Put me on mainstream. Yeah. Take your brother with you. Take Fredo Chris with you. Anyway, sorry anybody that likes MSNBS or CNN, but I'm not. Again,
You're watching the wrong show.
You are watching the wrong stuff. Get it from the people who actually get it from the employees. Get it from the people in the streets. Because they're going to tell you what they see. So this is mainstream. Anyway, where are we at in the grand scheme of things? We're burning right through it. We already had Anderson Cooper with his Tulsi rally. We
already heard from Anderson.
What else we got? We got the funny stuff. Oh yeah, that was good. The weather report. I don't know. We're just trying to switch it up a little bit and make it fun, and that's it. So before we close out today, we're running a little ahead of schedule today. Shanda, what do you want to talk about? What do we got? Hold
on. I'm gonna hit my Facebook real fast and see what's popping up on there. Let's see what we got.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming in today. Again, we really do appreciate seeing you, Barbara and Jilly. Where's Melissa? Melissa, are you in there? Melissa, hey Melissa. I think Melissa's off today. Anyway, Osama number 5. Osama, I Schultze. Philip Blair, good morning. Good morning. Al, there's Al. Al, we got to get some of you guys on the show. If you guys want to come on the show, just send us to video@uphillmedia.com. Or .org. Is it .com or .org? .org.
It's .org.
.org. Video@uphillmedia.org. And we definitely will get you on the show as long as you don't come on nude. Well, maybe they should come on nude. I don't know. I just,
I think YouTube might, censor.
Oh, well, YouTube's
more than they already do.
Yeah, YouTube's killing us on just about everything. So, Facebook too. So anyway, yeah, independent media. We're not independent media. We're just shit talkers, I guess. But
wow,
we're trying to
the
switch
Arctic
it up.
hit 100.4.
100.4.
That is scary.
About what?
100.4 is what the Arctic hit yesterday.
100.4. So what does that mean? Does that Siberia?
Yeah, that's Siberia. I guess
Siberia. So Siberia, I always associated with cold. Now it's like get your sunscreen out and that sort of thing. I don't even know how that works. With the angle of the sun and everything else. So,
well, and the permafrost up there. I mean, yeah.
We've got places around the coastlines that are starting to go underwater, right? I've seen some articles pop up this week. So
yeah, Louisiana's already lost indigenous land. So I mean, we're already seeing climate refugees.
Yeah, that's already happening. So what has been foretold by scientists and others is happening now. So get ready for the big one, whatever it may be, and try not to be too depressed about it. So what shows we got coming? We got Joy tonight, and then we've got nothing until the dive on Wednesday, and then the accidental activist. What do you got coming on Thursday for us?
I'm working on something grand for Thursday night. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but yeah, it's going to be good if I can land it.
Yeah, Joy's got an interview the 24th. That's Wednesday, right? 24th with a gentleman that was sentenced to 34 years in prison, and it's one of those cases where we're pretty sure he's innocent. So I'm looking forward to see how that comes across. So
yeah, me too. That's going to be really exciting. I actually have worked with our racial justice project, and our nearest prison is it's Column Bay. So I've been invited out to actually go into the prison and sit down with prisoners to talk about the way they're treated and racial discrimination inside the prison.
Well, make sure you take somebody with you so we can get a video log of that and get that out there.
Right. I know they said we could video outside, not inside.
Well, yeah. I know. Rules are rules. Anyway, Savage Joy tonight with Ryan Knight, and that's with a K, not with an N, like I put on the original card. So I got yelled at this morning, nicely yelled at, but my brain is it's broken. So, and then we've got Savage Joy again on Wednesday. I think that's going to be 3 or 2 p.m. Pacific time. But
yeah, she's pumping out the show. She's doing a great job. Great interviews too.
And we're looking at getting them out there more. So anyway, thank you very much, everybody. And Dave Crow. We got to get Dave Crow on. Are you gonna?
I'm working on it. Okay. Mr. Crow, you need to let me know what day you want to come on.
Yeah. Get you on, Dave, and we're gonna have to re-outfit your van, I think. Pat Hacker, good morning, Pat Hacker. And anyway,
Pat Hacker?
Barbara. Barbara again, Barbara. We love company.
Everybody's talking about how warm it is. I'm in the far northwest corner of Washington State. I'll be lucky if it hits 70 today.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be 81 here down in Olympia land.
Right, you guys are always much warmer than us.
Yeah. It's okay when it's a breeze, but when there's no breeze in this corridor here, because I'm at the base of the mountains going up to Olympia, that's scary because it's just like, ugh. So anyway, I guess it's good to sweat, but I don't like to burn, especially this shiny head. You should see it when it's all red. I look like I have a clown nose for a whole head. So anyway,
let's get to put some sunscreen on that sucker.
Sunscreen, yeah, and then avoid the aloe vera and stuff. I can't afford to lose any more hairs because my sides of my head. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much, and you guys have a great day. We're going to blow out of here with an oldie but a goodie, a cover. Three Dog Night. I was telling Shanda before I started the show, when I was a kid in grade school, that was Three Dog Night. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. That was great. But Eli's coming. But this one's I've Never Been to Spain. I love this. This is a cover by Sugar Lime Blues. Love this little group. We featured them several times. Thank you, Shanda. Have a great day. We'll talk to you all later. And don't have a Maniac Monday. If it's manic, that's okay. But try and have some fun anyway. Cheer yourself.
No Maniac Monday.
time for your Sugar Lime Blue Sunday shout out. Shout out!
Well, I've never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music. I hear the ladies are insane there, and they sure know how to use it. They don't abuse it, never gonna lose it. I can't refuse it. And I've never been to